sharing with you how I created my ocean sunset background using my Distress Oxide inks. I've colored my stamps with my Copic markers. This stamp set is from Heffy Doodle and it's a really cute set. I really enjoyed coloring them. But today I'm going to be sharing with you how to do the background. So let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take this piece of cardstock, just some scratch cardstock, and I'm going to just trim off in a little wavy pattern. I'm just going to trim off just a little bit. And I'm going to use my chipped sapphire to start, so it has so it's dark on the bottom and it's going to get lighter as it goes up. And I'm going to get some ink on there, and then I'm going to hold the paper just like how you would a stencil, and I'm going to start right at the top, right where the edge of the cardstock, of our scrap cardstock that we just cut, and I'm going to get it nice and dark just right along the top, and then I'm going to come down just so it gets a little bit lighter. I am going to go all the way to the bottom. So I'm filling in the entire area with the ink, but I'm not going to make it as dark. I'm just going to touch up the top just so it's a little darker. And then I'm going to again take my piece of scrap paper and cut another wavy piece off, so that way it has just a little bit of a different pattern. So now I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to come up a little bit more, hold it in place, get some more ink on there, and again start right at the top. And then come all the way down. And then again, I'm going to cut another piece off in a different pattern. Come up a little bit higher this time, and then do the exact same thing. Okay, so then we're going to do the exact same thing, but this time we're going to be using the peacock feathers. And you can go ahead and use the same templates that you used, or this time I'm going to flip it over and use the opposite side because it's still a different pattern. So get this nice and inked up. And I'm actually going to go right back over, and I want to add a little bit more of this blue. So I'm not going to even ink it up. I'm just going to go back through with the ink that's on there just to make this one here have a little bit more blue, so it kind of fades into the blue that we have going towards the bottom. And then I'm going to take my other piece here, do the exact same thing, so get some more of the peacock feathers ink. And then I'm going to take this side, do the exact same thing. And now let's go ahead and do the tumbled glass. So this time, since we're getting towards the top of the water, I want it to look a little more choppier, more like waves. So this time I'm going to create more of a wave. So I'm going to come up right here. Let's put this color away and get out the tumbled glass. And again, start right at the top of that scratch paper. And then I'm going to take the teal with the peacock feathers, just that little bit of extra that's on there, and go over just a little. And then do a little bit more of the tumbled glass. And this time we're going to do it again, have it a little bit more choppier. And again with that tumbled glass. Oops. And I'm going to do one more. Okay, so now this piece here that we just cut out, which way did we cut it? Cut it this way. So the piece that we have, not the piece that we sponged, but the opposite one, we want to keep that so that way we have this exact match where the blue ends, so that way we can start doing the sky. I'm going to go ahead and get out my squeezed lemonade. And we're going to hold this in place. And I'm going to come up just a little bit. I'm going to keep that in place. You can put a little piece of tape if you want. I feel more comfortable with me just holding it. And then I'm going to take my dried marigold. And I'm going to start right at the edge. I don't want to come down too much since this color is a lot darker and I don't want to cover up the yellow. So I'm going to start kind of in the middle and bring it down. gonna go back with my squeezed lemonade. And then I'm going to take some worn lipstick and right up at the top have this blend into that dried marigold. Let's come down a little bit more with some of the dry marigold so that way it comes down closer to the blue, but I still have some of that yellow and it's kind of going up in to the orange. So I'm just going to kind of go back and forth with a couple of the colors until I have a nice blend on all three of these colors up here. Let's take some more worn lipstick, come down the sides a little bit. And then I'm going to take some more dried marigold and bring it through with the pink to get a nice smooth blend. And then I'm going to take whatever's left over on my yellow, the squeezed lemonade, and I'm just going to come through and just add a little bit of color on the lighter areas in this lighter blue. So that way it looks like there's a little bit of a reflection from the sunset. Take a little bit of the yellow and a little bit of the orange. And then you have a nice ocean where you can go ahead and add all your cute little stamps. Like I said before, I'm using the Heffy Doodle stamps called Oceans of Love. So they were a lot of fun to color. So they're just go ahead and stick them. I always use my foam dots so that way it gives a little bit of dimension. I did go through and stamp some of the little bubbles and then I put some glossy accents right over them so that way it has a little bit more of a sparkle. And I took my white gel pen and added a few little extra dots in the ocean and gave some highlights on my little ocean creatures. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I will see you again next time. Have a great day.